Hey, comic book fans! Welcome back to another episode of Comic Book Geezers. I am Wild Bill, your host and the founding father of the show right here.
I'm Pete. What's going on, everybody? Thanks for watching another episode of our Inside the Cover series. Like we mentioned recently, we're kind of going a little bit into November, or a good amount into November, with kind of the horror and monster comics a little bit. So we got a few more for you here. And today, issue number 5 of a very cool character, I think. Ghostrider, number 5. The most supernatural superhero of them all. Is he alive or dead? They call him Roulette, the man who gambles with death. Now, I want everybody to take a close look at the cover. It's a great cover, by the way. I love the depiction of the Ghostrider. But look at the Roulette character, right? Now, all right, I'll have Bill look at it, too. What does he look like to you?
Looks like a Grim Reaper.
Right, the skeleton, right?
Yeah.
So remember that. So he looks like a skeleton, right? So let's
remember that.
Remember, well, there's a reason why. And also, don't be half a man, right? Because Charles Atlas, right?
That the Grim Reaper guy?
Well, yeah, so that's him again, right? So, and Vegas rides in flames. So, of course, this is, Johnny Blaze, the Ghostrider character, is in Las Vegas here. For those of you who are familiar with the Ghostrider comic, that's where this takes place. And, of course, Roulette, named after the roulette wheel in the casinos. So, kind of not a very original name, but I guess it kind of makes sense. So, here is the opening page, and it shows the roulette villain there. And again, he looks like the Grim Reaper or some kind of skeleton, right? So, when Roulette's Wheel of Death comes to a stop, ride Blaze now. No matter how fast or how far you ride, know that all paths lead to your doom, right? So, let's go on with the story. So, this kind of takes off a little bit from the issue before where his girlfriend, Roxanne Simpson, otherwise known as Rocky, gets captured by this dude, right? And that's the guy right there. Well, as it turns out, he actually is Roulette in disguise, right? So the guy's name is, what is his name? Duke Jensen, all right? So here we see the transformation from Duke Jensen into Roulette. Now, look closely at Roulette down at the bottom of the page. He doesn't look like a skeleton anymore.
No, he looks more like
some kind of demon, right?
Or a monster.
Right? I mean, there's no skeleton there. So you look back at the first page, he's a skeleton. You look back at the cover, he's a skeleton. And now all of a sudden,
he's like a pasty beast.
He's this demon guy, right? So and he turns his other dude into a minion, right? So now we've got these two, kind of demonic minions here, right?
It's comics for you.
I know, it's comics, right? So then we've got, Johnny Blaze is out riding around the countryside, right? And all of a sudden, it's starting to turn into nighttime. So, of course, what happens? He turns into the Ghostrider, right? Turns into the Ghostrider, and then out of nowhere in the sky opens up a hole, and there's Roulette throwing like fire bombs down at him.
That's at Ghostrider?
At Ghostrider.
Oh, right there.
Yeah, so he goes, "Halt, Rider," and Ghostrider says, "Who dares command me?" And he goes, "Roulette dares. Roulette, the demon of Las Vegas." So he goes, "That firebolt hurt bad, and since there's not much that can hurt the Ghostrider, I better split until I can dope out this character's angle." So what does he do? He goes driving back into town with the Roulette chasing after him, and he gets a vision that Roxanne, right, or his girlfriend, is being held hostage somewhere, and there's flames all around her. So he's like that image of Rocky. She's tied helpless in a burning room, and then Roulette chimes in. He goes, "More than helpless, Flame Rider. She's doomed. For if you try to save her, this entire city will burn in a massive pyre for its own making. That Roulette swears to you on the name of Almighty Satan." Interesting how here back in the 70s you could throw the word Satan all around and nobody cares. But today, in this day and age, you can't even mention Satan to anybody because they get all butthurt about it. So now Ghostrider starts thinking.
I think he's throwing something in common because Ghostrider's got business negotiations going on with Satan.
Exactly. Well, there's the connection, right? It's just so funny how
he got his power from
back
Satan.
In the 70s. You could shout Satan, Satan, Satan all you want. Nobody really cared. But like in a comic book, no less. Now today, you can't even go there.
You can't say anything.
No, yeah, basically, right? So Ghostrider starts thinking to himself. He goes, this Roulette character can read my thoughts, and that vow of his clinches it. I'm up against one who's in league with Satan, right? And while you're at it, you can go order some cassette tapes, right, from Columbia House.
8 tracks.
Oh, yeah, 8 tracks. You were good. Well, 8 tracks or cassettes. Yeah,
those are pictures of 8 tracks, though.
Yeah. So he starts riding into downtown Las Vegas. He goes, which means his threat is nothing to sneeze at. Who do I sacrifice, Rocky or the whole city of Las Vegas? And then this is hilarious.
He's debating.
So right here at the top, so he's riding around debating, and all of a sudden, all the standers, the passersby, are looking at him and they're shouting at him and go, "Will you look at that? What'll these disgusting hoodlums come up with next? A menace to the public streets, if you ask me. The whole lot of them ought to be lined up against the wall and shot." So he's listening to all these people shouting at him like that.
Right.
He goes, "Well, that wasn't such a difficult choice after all. Hang Vegas, Rocky babe, here I come. So screw everybody. I'm gonna go rescue my woman." So he goes and starts shooting across Las Vegas, and Roulette starts throwing all these fire bombs at casinos. And this is the Sands Hotel. So here we got all this destruction at the Sands Hotel and Casino. People are dying, people are running, flames are going up everywhere.
All because Ghost Rider?
All because Ghost Rider's like, "I gotta find my girlfriend, screw the people who left."
City's gonna die.
Right. So here you got Roulette. He's laughing down below. He's like, Ghost Rider made up his mind. And once again, does he look like a skeleton? No, he does not.
Oh, he's coming back.
Yeah.
He did over there. Oh, that was Ghost Rider.
So here, Ghost Rider figures out where Rocky is being held in this kind of building here. So what does he do? He goes and flies up and crashes through and rescues her. Pretty cool splash page there, right?
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, she goes, and of course she knows that he's a Ghost Rider. So she goes, "Johnny, I'd begun to think." He goes, "There's no time for thinking, Rocky. There's only time to say goodbye." And then he plants a kiss on her. I don't know. It's like
hot lips. Johnny,
I mean, that's like classic. Look at that. It's like, smooching. Look at that.
Romance. Comic
But
romance.
Johnny, where are you going?
He gave her teeth.
Yeah, exactly.
He can't slip her on the tongue. He just gave her jaw and teeth.
Where are you going, Johnny? He goes, "To save a city, whether it deserves it or not. Stay loose, Rocky." So now that he got her, he's going to go back and try and
Save the city.
right? So he goes back, and there's the fire. The firemen are out all over the place. Everything's on fire. So he shouts up to the heavens. He goes, "Hear me, Satan. I don't know what Roulette's motivation is, but it's no accident I'm involved. This is yet another trial you're putting me through, and for that, I promise you, someday we shall meet, and on that day, hell will crumble." So again, it goes back to what Bill was saying before, is that he's already got that weird relationship with Satan anyway, with the devil, right? So so let's so here we get some backstory and stuff on how the guy became this roulette character and how he was killed by some associates, and then cut out. The Marvel stamp has been cut out. I did not do that.
Worthless.
Boys and girls.
Book is worthless.
And then,
in this show right now.
Killdozer. Anybody remember Killdozer?
Kill a comic book. Cut the stamp.
Worlds Unknown. So basically, for him to come back to life, he made a deal with the devil, right? And that's how he gets back, right? So now here he goes and finds out where he's hanging out. So another cool splash page. You got Johnny Blaze as Ghost Rider pulls up to this new building. And then what do you know? He goes into the building, and here we see he's waiting for him there. And then the first appearance in the issue of Lord Satan.
In fire.
Yep.
In fire format.
That's right.
There.
Yep.
Right over there.
Yeah. So actually, Roulette is actually, a lackey of Satan in this instance. So Satan gave him new life as Roulette because he was dead.
But he's farther down the ladder.
Yeah.
Than the Ghost Rider.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
Much further down the ladder.
So you see, Flame Rider, it is clear to me that you are the one to whom Satan alluded. Thus, I will now destroy you. And Ghost Rider's like, "Bull, you're not."
He called him Flame Rider?
He calls him Flame Rider. Yeah, he doesn't call him Ghost Rider. He calls him Flame Rider. So now the battle ensues.
Who calls him that? Satan?
No, the Roulette guy.
Roulette guy.
So here he's like bombarding him with all this, these crazy flame bolts, and Ghost Rider's pretty much beat, right? So he goes, "Master, I have downed your hated enemy. You are the power, and I am the source, and I am but your humble vessel. I beseech you, grant me the additional strength to completely vanquish your foe, to deliver his broken form unto you for eternity." So Satan comes back. "You have done well, Duke Jensen, and for that I shall reward you by granting your request for additional power." Ghost Rider, thinking to himself, says, "Only one chance. If I can pinpoint him in a crossfire, I can end him," right? And that's exactly what he does. So he shoots his flames at the point. So now he's overloaded. So in other words, Roulette's getting the power from Satan, and he's getting all the power from Ghost Rider. And what happens?
He can't handle it.
Burns to a cinder. And
Crispy
critter. So that's the end of the story, right? And
Wow.
then Ghost Rider is just kind of sitting there with the remains of what was Roulette, but Satan doesn't bother to hang around. So it's almost like Satan thought, "I'm going to give you this power, and I'm out of here. You'll take care of everything. I don't need to worry." And then boom, oops. So that's how the story ends. And the next issue is going to be the Zodiac Bandit Strikes. Okay, so we may cover that at some point. But then, look at the cool last page here. We got some upcoming issues here. The marriage of Doc Ock and Aunt May.
And Peter Parker not wanting that to happen.
Exactly. We got Tiernak, the Monster versus the Fantastic Four, and the Killdozer issue from Worlds Unknown. So, pretty cool. There you have it. Ghost Rider number 5. Inside the cover. A lot of good Ghost Rider issues. I do love this cover. So, speaking of covers, that's a pretty good one there. But
it's not Mike Pluto, is it?
No, you know what? I'm not sure. It might be Rich Buckler, actually. If I'm not mistaken. I'd have to look into it because the Ghost Rider kind of looks like his drawing. I definitely don't think it's Gil Kane, but I don't know. I'd have to look into it. But
all right.
There you have it, everybody. Thanks for watching this issue of Inside the Cover, Ghost Rider number 5. Put your comments below. Do you like this issue? Do you not? What do you think? You're going to go out and buy it if you don't have it already? Whatever.
Maybe.
Find it somewhere, right? So I am Pete. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't already and click on that notification bell. Why is that important, Bill?
Because it'll keep you in the loop every time we have a new video.
That's
Plus,
right.
if you like us, share the video. That'll help us too. Also,
Yes.
thank you again for your comments. And always click the notification bell and the like button.
Yeah.
So we thank you for your support. And we'll see you next time.
That's right.
Comic Book Geezers. I'm Wild Bill saying thanks for being here.
And I'm Pete. Also, don't remember down in the video description below is the link to our merch site, the Sea Tranquility merch site, where you go all the way to the bottom of that. And you'll find Comic Book Geezer stuff as well. So check that out, and we'll see you guys next time.
Take care.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye-bye.